On a 12-minute conversation with the former House Speaker Newt Gingrich today as he campaigns for the Republican presidential nomination down in Florida. We talked about last night's Republican debate. We talked about tonight's State of the Union address. And yes, we spent a few minutes about last week. Let me close, sir. We had a bit of a moment the other night in South Carolina. I asked a question at the beginning of the debate. You took offense. Here's part of your answer.
Let me be quite clear. The story is false. Every personal friend I have who knew us in that period says the story was false. We offered several of them to ABC to prove it was false. They weren't interested because they would like to attack any Republican. They're attacking the governor. They're attacking me. I'm sure they'll presently get around to Senator Santorum and Congressman Paul. I am tired of the elite media protecting Barack Obama by attacking Republicans.
I want to come back to your point there, sir. You're attacking me, and you're calling me part of the elite media, and we can debate whether it was an appropriate question for the beginning of debate. My business is debating that. But I could not have asked you the question if your ex-wife had not come forward. She's a Republican, sir. She says she supports much of your principles. How was that an example of the elite media trying to protect Barack Obama?
Well, you have to ask yourself the question, why would ABC go back many years? Why would they dredge up something which had already been reported several years ago? Why would they do it 2 nights before a primary? Why would they refuse to have other witnesses rebut her? We offered them a number of people who were there at the time who said what she was saying just wasn't true. Now, I would just suggest to you that when the only person you get is an ex-wife who wants to testify on the air just before a primary with nobody allowed to rebut her, there's something a little goofy about that design. And my point to you, John, was simple, and I repeat it. You didn't have to take the bait. You didn't have to pick it up. You could have ignored ABC. We could have gone straight to energy policy, the economy, balancing the budget. There are lots of big questions we could have talked about instead of taking the time on something like that.
We did talk about other issues, but a lot of people in the state were talking about that issue that day. As you well know, sir, a lot of people think that exchange worked to your benefit. That's neither here for me in my calculation. But again, have you spoken to your ex-wife at all? Why did she come forward at that time? ABC can speak for itself. It says, sir, I can't speak for ABC, but it says if you had offered people, it would have interviewed them.
Oh, that is just plain baloney. I mean, I'll check with R.C. Hammond in a minute, but if they're saying that, they're not being honest, and because they said explicitly the opposite. So I will check with R.C. because he was briefing me on this the whole way through. We had several people prepared to be very clear and very aggressive in their dispute about that, and they weren't interested.
Mr. Speaker, thanks for your time today. We'll see you on the trail in Florida soon.
Good with you, John.
Take care, sir.